welcome to Game Master Monday, the podcast that plays a new one-shot and a new system with a new cast every episode. I'm your Game Master Grant. Today we are playing Blasting Off Again by 5 Points Games, and my players are...
Hello, I am Adam, he, they, and I am playing Xavier, the Crown.
Hi, I am Eli. I go by any and all pronouns. I am playing Beau, and they are the muscle.
Yep, and I am Juicy, and my pronouns are context sensitive, so they're your problem, not mine. And I am playing Lance Branson, who is the heart of the group.
Hi, I'm Dylan or superdillin. You can mirror your own pronouns back at me, pretty please. And I will be playing Ash, whose pronouns are he, him, and he is the fingies.
I'm Taya, pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Sunny Brooks, who is the hand.
I am thrilled as hell to have this fun little group here together. This game is all about exploring the Kotatsu region and getting people safe, protecting children, taking the dangerous creatures off the streets, you know, like any good organization would do. Our game today is played with 2d6 for the audience's benefit. 1 through 2 rolls here are a failure, 3 through 4 are a mixed success, and 5 through 6 are a real success. And every member of this party today is going to be getting a fun little creature to pal around with them. And it's a roleplay heavy good time. We're going to have fun today. Mm-hmm. But the only real important question we all have to answer before we get started here is, are you all excited?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we are.
I always love the slight pause after I ask that, as everyone's like, do I answer this?
Yeah.
Is it rhetorical?
Yeah. Do I answer the internal conflict to just say no to be a dick?
Yeah, that's really the only problem.
Do I listen to the intrusive?
I'm actually scared shitless. Thank you for asking.
Mm-hmm.
Without further ado, let's get into the adventure. Welcome to the Kotatsu Region, an island paradise that is home to wonderful creatures called Genmon. Or at least that's what they'd want you to think. What you don't know is the Kotatsu Region is in danger. What kind of region lets children wander the highways and byways in the dark of night on a bicycle, armed with Genmon without supervision? We've all seen what Genmon can do. Those creatures live alongside us in the wilds and even in our cities, breathing fire, turning poison to clean water, freezing food with just their presence. Genmon are dangerous. We here at Team Chill want to make the Kotatsu region better, safer, but most importantly, more chill. We zoom in onto the Kotatsu region. As mentioned, an island paradise built at the base of a gigantic warming volcano, the mountain of which flows out from the top, not unlike a blanket would. This island enjoys balmy, perfect temperatures all year round thanks to the heating pad of a volcano. But tucked away on this island is the city of Tana, a small, cramped town where only the strong survive. And deep within the city lies the real heroes of the region, Team Chill. We enter their home base where a team of grunts stand in a straight line, ready and willing to take on their next mission. Adam, tell me about Xavier.
So Xavier, imagine an up-and-coming Genmon collector, an up-and-coming explorer, who thinks the Team Chill are doing the right thing. You know, we're getting around, we're doing the right thing, and so I think he's just off the heels, either older teen or just off the heels of being a teen. So he had been out with Genmon on his bike on the highways and byways, and he recognized the dangers of this society. And he's an up-and-comer. He's moving fast. He's a shooting star, but recently there's been a little struggling. I think overall he is kind of your basic anime protag, like energy, like dress. I think he wears probably like a green button-up with like cargo pants with way too many pockets. No one needs that many pockets. and then I think he has currently his hat on forwards, but he might turn it backwards if he has to.
Shit gets real.
Yeah.
Eli, tell me about Beau.
Beau, I would say that the one word that would describe Beau the most is just beefcake.
Hell yeah.
Beau is just a very huge individual. They wear like sleeveless shirts and long pants to show off the goods. But they're very but they're very tall individual, very stoic and serious on the outside. But a more gentle being on the inside to their wonderful friends. Beau.
God bless him. God bless him. Juicy, tell me about Lance.
Yeah, Lance Branson is probably your standard issue twink who really just loves a crop top, a high-waisted pant, a sturdy boot, and sports a Kelly green hard bob.
Yes. All of it.
The bob is back.
Mm-hmm.
It's so visceral, I can just picture it. Dylan, tell me about Ash.
Yeah, Ash is a sopping wet boy. He is just like a kind of I'm thinking like late teens, early 20s, like greasy guy wearing like baggy, loose-fitting cargo shorts, and a plain tank top that has grease stains on it. And he definitely was not invited here. He for sure snuck his way in. Definitely.
Just wound up here.
Yeah.
Taya, tell me about Sunny.
So imagine a person who is genuinely like cool and edgy, and they walk in a room and you're like captivated by how interesting this person is, and then make everything about that person a little bit off and a little bit too contrived, and you'll have Sunny.
Yeah.
So she's wearing, her best, most beat up leather jacket, which she beat up in her room with like a rock at midnight the night before. Her eyeliner is like a little bit too smudged because she's gone a little bit crazy trying to make it look good. And yeah, so she has black hair that's probably not naturally black. She's got freckles, chubby cheeks, and she's doing her best to hide that. And you can tell.
I think I hung out with this entire party in high school. I'm just going to say it. This is like my entire friend group from high school.
Yeah. I trust these people with my life.
Yeah.
Immediately and immensely.
Definition of found family.
Standing before you is Team Chill's leader, Fabian. Fabian is wearing a huge parka, ski goggles, snow boots, mittens, and is constantly dealing with heat stroke. No one has ever seen Fabian's face, or the rest of him for that matter, because it is completely covered. And he stands before you in his full chill attire, and he goes, "We are going to be taking on the biggest job in all of Team Chill's history. I don't need to tell you all that it is too damn hot here, and I think it's high time the Kotatsu region chilled. So I brought you 5, the best, the brightest, and the beefiest. We're gonna steal the legendary Genmon from Kotatsu Mountain, and we're gonna chill the region." Now, what you would all know is that there is a legendary mushroom-type creature living inside of Kotatsu Mountain. It is called Flamulina. I'll say that one more time slowly. Flamulina is the name of the creature. It is a blaze-type Genmon. It's all about heat. It is rooted in the mountain. And the legend goes that this creature keeps the mountain warm, and it's the source of the heat of the volcano. He steps off the podium, kind of approaches you all, and goes, "That's as far as I've gotten with the plan. Any questions?"
Do we know where Flamulina is?
Inside the volcano. So what you'll need to do is climb to the top of it, remove the big, plate that's covering the port, the hole, if you will. Go inside, get Flamulina, get out.
Isn't there lava?
Probably.
Yeah, just like one little question. What are we supposed to do with said Genmon, like, after we get her?
Bring it here, and then we'll figure it out.
You set up
Yes.
for that?
He like turns behind him and he like points like a giant like industrial refrigerator. It's like that will probably work, right?
Oh.
Never mind. That answered my question. I was gonna ask where we were gonna keep her, because wouldn't it just make it hotter here? But I think we're all on the same level. I think we're all doing good.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I need.
I'll go grab. Yeah, I'm gonna grab him a water bottle and just hand it to him.
Thank you, Beau. Oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. It's too warm here. This is why I want to do this so badly. Like, we have all these cool jackets and we never get to wear them. Okay, Sunny. I know that this is all a little newer for you. Is everything okay for, like, are you good to do this?
Yes, boss. Like I'm fine. You actually could not have asked a better person for this job.
Oh,
I'm
great.
really good with mountains and stuff.
Great. So you're an experienced hiker, rappeller.
Yeah. All of the above. Yeah.
Great. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, well, that's all I have for you. As per usual with our evil plans, I just kind of vaguely describe them, and then I let you loose into the city to go do what you need to do. So, before I forget, you should all have some assistance. Everyone, please walk up to the gotcha machine, and you see like a giant gumball-shaped like machine with a bunch of like little orbs floating inside of it, and like everyone just step up. Turn the dial, and you'll have a Genmon to assist you with the stealing of the Genmon.
Nice.
Ash, you said a word first. You can go first.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Okay.
All right, roll 2d6 for me.
7.
A 7. You have received a Beast-type Genmon. So, Beast types, for those who are uninitiated or unfamiliar with the game, this is a type of natural critter. Birds, dogs, lizards, bugs, anything like that. It's an animal we've got in the real world without any special bells or whistles. That's a beast type. So with that little description there for you, Dylan, what kind of Genmon do you receive?
I want it to be a warthog, please.
You open the ball and a warthog-looking creature pops out of it. What's it called?
It's called Tusks.
Tusks!
Yup.
We love it. Tusks pops out of the ball. It looks like, a warthog. Very animalistic, maybe like some little anime flair here and there. And he just kind of like walks up and nuzzles up to your leg and rubs against it.
I want him to have like perpetual stink lines coming off of him
Yes.
that are like moving in the
Perfect.
air. Yeah, okay.
1,000%. Yeah, when he rubs up against you, it smells bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, Tusks, buddy. We're gonna make a name for ourselves out here this time.
I think it's me next.
Yeah, come right up. Turn the nozzle.
And I'm going to
Nozzle.
prance up and turn that knob.
Here we go.
I also got a 7.
A beast type Genmon. What
Yes.
comes out of the orb?
Yeah, so I am so excited. I know I'm going to get the best dang Genmon possible, and I open
Uh-huh.
up that orb, and it is a large, like 3-foot tall bug chrysalis that just stands there.
What kind of bug do you think is inside of it?
I think inside of that chrysalis is a giant fly when it eventually levels up.
Of course. What do you want to call the chrysalis?
Mago.
Mago.
M-A-G-O-T.
Mago appears being in a cocoon type object, doesn't really make a sound.
Is there a mulligan?
No. You'd have to earn commendation, and you're all kind of starting from zero. It'll make sense the more you go on the adventure.
Okay. Thanks. And
You're so welcome.
he'll take it and just sadly stoop off.
All right, who's up next?
I'll go next. I hope we got it fixed because it stole my dollar last time.
Daughter.
My daughter. I got a 4.
4. That is a mantle type Genmon. So mantle is the type of the earth and things that come from the earth. Minerals, rocks, salt, but also the type of foundations of being centered and to be unmovable. So, what kind of Genmon do you get?
I think on the center unmovable aspect of it, it is this kind of small, like no more than a foot little fella made out of rocks, and the rocks and like crystals kind of form into like a judge's gown, and he just has like a little rock mallet, and and it's this little rock guy, this little rock judge, and he's unmovable and he's earth. It's a Rocka Judgemon.
Rocka Judgemon. I love it. Yeah, he bangs his gavel on the ground like he's about to judge someone. He just like stands stoically behind you.
Oh, amazing.
I'll go next. Turn that dial. And I got a 6.
That's a spoil Genmon. So spoil types is the type of corruption, decline, poison, and rot. Genmon of spoil might be impish or even undead, such as ghosts or ghouls.
I think I'm gonna go with like a little ghost little blob. It's got like a little cute little skull like face on it. It's very cloud-like in shape, and sometimes it'll reconfigure itself into different shapes given when it reacts to things. If it gets spooked or something like that, it might just like shape itself into something that kind of reflects that. And he's got these like little glowing blue eyes that just look at you. Very extremely tiny.
I love him immediately. What's his name?
Let's call him Soul. S-O-L. Soul.
S-O-L. Love it.
Cute. Yeah.
Yeah, Soul comes out, is a little bit freaked out to be in public immediately and just hide behind your shoulder.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, at first I'll like, when it gets scared, I'll just kind of like clump it up into a little ball into my hands. He's so small compared to like Beau's like huge size. But then Beau will just like gently put them on their shoulder so that they know that that's a safe place to be. It'll just keep like hiding behind their neck and just keep peeking out every now and again.
Oh, to be a soul on a huge man's shoulder. All right, that just leaves you, Sonny.
All right. Come on. Kind of like slicks her hair back, turns the knob. 8.
8 is a growth type Genmon. So growth is the type of nature or plants, trees, and things that grow. It is the type of healing and restoration, the return to the natural. What do you see pop out of your orb?
So the orb kind of pops open and it's like this little miniature Highland cow sheep type creature, but where all the fuzzy tangled bit of the creature is like vines, and it's like solid like plant shoots for legs, but it's got a cute little face like nestled, but there's like a fringe of vines kind of covering its eyes that it might be chewing on. Sunny can't really tell, but she just kind of stands and like tries to work it out.
I love them. And what is their name?
Tangler.
Love it. Perfect. So, you receive your little Highland sheep. It has the same apathetic expression you might have, and just kind of like is standing there staring at you, like it's like chewing on its little piece of vine, like it's chewing on its hair or something.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, great. This is your team. This is what you're going to be using here today to, again, steal the island's source of heat. And now, without further ado, get out. Go get it. Stop looking at me. Go get the thing.
Yes, boss.
You're going to scare it.
I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to be cool. So you exit Team Chill's headquarters, but immediately after leaving your hideout, you will see straight up a 10-year-old boy. You know this boy. He's been hanging around like the 10-year-old girl who's been giving your team problems for like the last 7 missions, we'll say. This kid is one of those fly by the seat of your pants, I want to be the best types, and he's really annoying. His name is Fart Sniff.
Yeah.
That sounds correct.
Yeah.
Everyone, the knowing nod, like, yep, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know that
Oh
kid.
no, it's evil Team Chill. I'm gonna stop you from whatever you're planning right now. And he throws an orb like right in front of you.
I immediately step up and I'm like, you remind me too much of myself when I was little. And I go rock a Judgemon. And I throw my little guy, my orb.
Can I try to take his thing out of the air before?
100% you can. 100% you can. Roll 1d6 for me. First roll of the game, Honors.
2.
A 2. Okay. In this game, like I mentioned, is considered a miss, which provokes a complication that counts against what is called your tipping point. Now, the tipping point in this game means there's a certain number of fails that you all collectively can bank. If we hit that number, you will blast off, and the mission will end. So, off to a great start. You reach out to grab that orb. How does this fail?
I'm so wet. I'm so slippery, and it just Ash reaches out to grab it, and it just sort of slips through my wet fingers.
Incredible. So yeah, slips through your wet fingers. The orb lands perfectly in the center of all of you, and a small creature pops out. He looks like a tiny tree. His feet are roots. There's a heavy fog surrounding its eyes, and if you listen closely, you may hear the secret song it's singing, and you hear Fart Sniff yell, "Go, Sprigadoon!"
That fucking name.
So Sprigadoon pops out. Like I said, this is a growth type creature. You would all recognize this one. It's one of the 3 that kids can pick up from like their hometown and they begin their adventure. So there he is. Growth is now currently facing Rocket Judgemon. Did I hear that correctly?
Rock a Judgemon.
Okay, great.
Rock a Judgemon, show him gravelly justice. Use your soul-crushing weight of the earth attack with a backflip, and I'm gonna have him attack.
Great, yeah. Roll 1d6 for me, and I'm also gonna roll a d6.
I got a 2.
You got a 2. Oh, guess what? I also got a 2. Which means they offset and it won't count towards your tipping point, is how I'm choosing
bad
to
at this.
interpret that. So, basically, you miss, I miss. What a wasted turn. So, you see Farts kind of looking around, trying to see what else he can do. It's like, this is 5 against 1. It's not really fair. I should have thought about this before I leaped into action. Oh well, Sprigadoon, wrap all of them up in vines. And I'm going to see if that works for me. Nope. So, a whole bunch of vines start popping up. Knowing that you successfully avoid this, what does everyone do?
Lance knows how to find his light, so he just kind of steps into the light and turns, and like the vines miss him because he's just so thin. When he turns, he disappears.
An amazing power to have.
I wish I had it. Hell.
I think the vines just try to wrap around Beau, but given how small Sprigadoon is compared to like its size, it doesn't quite wrap even around a little bit.
Just snaps.
And this Beau just like grabs wherever like latched on and just gently pulls it off. It just puts it back, just throws it on the ground.
Sprigadoon kind of turns to their trainer, like, sadly, with, like, fear in their eyes, like,
I think Sunny was hiding behind Beau. Like, as a shield.
Ash wetly hiding somewhere.
Ash is gonna hide behind the nearest tree, I think, and throw out tusks
Great.
to get involved here.
Cool. We'll give Tusk the floor. What do you want Tusk to do?
I want Tusks to go over to this 10-year-old and go belly up, like begging for pets. And it's all a honey pot to get him to the kid to bend down and get close and get whiplashed by the stink.
The sheer smell of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a d6 for me.
Okay. That's a 5.
That's a 5. Okay, so you can add 1 commendation to your list. You can choose to cash that in whenever you want, and it'll give you a +1 to that roll.
Great. Okay.
So, the belly is presented. Any 10-year-old wants to scratch a pig's belly, I assume. I
Yeah.
sure did.
Yeah.
And he gets closer and closer, and, well, fart sniff, sniffs a fart.
Yeah.
Just overwhelms the nostrils, and this kid just, like, starts going, like, cross-eyed and loop. He's like, oh, man, that's bad. And he just flops over.
And I say, don't you see how dangerous this is? This is why we have to change things around here.
There's, like, one person walking their, like, cat Genmon who looks over, like, okay. Seems like you just picked on a 10-year-old for no reason, but okay.
And that should not be legal. And yet, here it is.
I feel like your point's reductive. Like doing, like, just because you can do it doesn't mean, whatever. I have a cat to walk.
Our mission's
Please.
rock solid.
Congratulations, you defeated a 10-year-old.
I think Beau is gonna go over to the little Sprigadoon and just gently pick them up. They're gonna go in their pocket and pull out a little snack for them and give it to the Genmon, and then put it over by their trainer, pat their head, and say, "Now, keep an eye on them. We don't know when they're gonna wake up. They're gonna wake up though." But
Sprigadoon salutes.
good lad. And then Beau's gonna step over them and start headed down the path.
Great. Fantastic. So, with your first obstacle overcome, you arrive to Kotatsu Mountain. Upon arriving at the base, you see there's a lot of, like, construction signs around the entrance to what would be the walking trail. And there's, like, a construction worker with, like, an oversized hat just kind of holding a do not enter sign. Just kind of, like, standing stoically there. It's like, hey, we can't, hey, road's closed. Can't come this way. Nope, can't go this way. Nope. Don't even think about it.
Why not?
Landslide. So many rocks back there. We're trying to get it cleaned up so people can hike again, but no one's allowed on or off the mountain until we figure this out.
How do we fix it then? Or
I
can
don't
we
know.
just go and try?
I mean, I'd prefer if you didn't, because I need this job.
Oh, I have these cargo pants on, and they're pretty good for climbing. I think I will be fine.
Your pants make you a better climber?
Yeah, I have all these pockets.
And the pockets do...
You know, if it weren't for all of these 10-year-olds just walking around and ruining everything, we'd be fine and there would be no rock slide. And can I use my talent of scapegoating to convince him to just let us pass?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's talk about that. Let's see. We're gonna homebrew it a little bit here. For using your talent for this session, let's say you get advantage on the d6 roll. So roll 2d6 and pick the higher of the two.
Okay.
Love that. Love that.
That is a 5. Yes.
It works. Okay.
Nice.
So you're blaming 10-year-olds for the landslide, right?
Yeah, if we just constricted where these 10-year-olds could go, it wouldn't be any of our
Yeah.
problem. We're adults. We can
That's
handle
right.
this.
This is.
They should need permits. They should need permits to do this.
And the 10-year-olds probably caused the landslide.
Exactly.
I guess you are 5 grown adults. And much like me, you have a tendency to challenge the rights of children. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take my 15-minute break. Whatever happens during those 15 minutes isn't my fault. And he puts the sign down and walks away.
All right, people, let's go.
Yeah.
Lance, you're a genius.
Oh, I know.
All right, like you said, there's a huge landslide. Several boulders are blocking the path. It is, in fact, challenging to walk through this. How are we going to resolve a landslide?
So just first, as we're walking, like,
So, when did you guys all learn that you wanted to be a part of Team Chill and that you hated 10-year-olds?
Oh, I've always hated children.
Okay. Yeah.
Ever since I was a child.
Mostly I hung around with middle-aged lesbians and turned into me. That's actually true for me too, but
It was more of the dental for me. Very few organizations around here were actually providing dental and it's
yeah,
The construction worker from a distance is like, I know, right?
thumbs up into the distance.
Y'all hiring? Anyway.
And that's it's all tied in. That's indicative of the bigger failures here. We let 10-year-olds roam around and they're not even insured. They're just throwing monsters at each other, causing landslides. And then what happens? What happens when those Genmon get injured permanently and we can't pay the bills to take care of them? It's a really terrible setup. And also how are we fostering the development of our youth when they're out here having rivalries? It's they're too preoccupied. And what we should be doing is working together as a society.
Are you well?
That's a big question.
Do you have a problem with fungal infections? You are always damp.
Yeah, well, it's hot out here, which is kind of the point. We're going to go fix that, and maybe I will be less wet after.
You must deal with a lot of athlete's foot.
I'm looking at you and I'm not sure you're gonna be less wet after we get rid of this heat. I wouldn't bet on it.
I need you. We've just met, and that is such a mean thing to say.
I want to be honest with you.
These two anime protagonists at odds.
We're rivals.
So, everyone has their own reasons for being here. And as you look across the landslide, you start to recognize that there is an issue going on here. There are several mantle-type Genmon just kind of going to and fro, bashing into each other. You see a mountain climber dangling off the side of the mountain. Just this landslide has caused a bunch of issues in the ecosystem here. The creatures are interacting with each other, and there's a literal life in peril here. It's hard to pin down the cause of the landslide, but you do know, all of you from personal experience, that this tends to happen whenever someone's on a quest or an adventure or beginning their Genmon journey or have a certain number of accomplishments at a gym, if you will.
so there's a guy dangling off the side and this 2 random Genmon just duking it out on this landslide.
Yeah, just 2 random Genmon duking it out. They kind of look like if an ibex was completely made of stone, and they're just headbutting each other.
I think I'm gonna use my Genmon soul, and I'm gonna have them sour the vibe essentially, and just bring a little melancholy to these 2 ibex in stone in hopes to make them stop fighting each other and making all these round slides.
Sure, I love that. Yeah. Roll a d6 for me.
I rolled a 4.
4. So that is a success that creates a complication, but doesn't count towards the tipping point. So the vibe absolutely gets soured. Soul goes over there, and it's like by virtue of being there.
Yeah, starts making those anime like sobbing eyes, just like a little fountain, just like a little guy just there, just being a little sad, and it just radiates this vibe.
You ever just come to a party and immediately cry and harsh the mellow? Like, so he starts doing that, and they both stop, and they're looking at each other and they're looking at Soul, and then they were just kind of like, in an uncommunicative way, like in a very muted way, they're looking at each other, and it just feels like, did someone invite this guy? What's this guy's problem? And then they turn and see all of Team Chill at the base and start charging towards you. We have a new complication. Anybody want to step up to solve the problem?
Yeah. I'll step up, and I'm gonna go. Raka Judgment, use Stony Silence in the court, and it's gonna be a field effect type ability. That's Pokemon. Cool. As someone who played a little bit of competitive Pokemon, and I'm gonna go ahead and lower their attack stats as they're on their way.
Wow, this guy knows his stuff.
Try to get them to leave me alone.
All right, roll a d6.
I got a 4.
4. Okay, their attack is lowered. Sure, they feel it. Like they're charging at you. They start slowing down a little bit, but they are still actively coming at you. So I'm not gonna say a new complication gets created here. It's a very similar complication in much the same way that lowering an attack in the game Pokemon doesn't stop the other Pokemon from wanting to hit you.
Tangler suddenly kind of like hissing at it, like, do something, please. Tangler kind of looks back at her, I think, like, that's the kind of judging stare from its, consistent chewing. And then I want Tangler to try and, like, fling out some of its vines, and kind of lasso the 2 that are charging, and, like, try and yank them away from us.
Love that. Yeah, roll a d6.
6.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. You can take a commendation to cash in for later. Yeah, so Tangler, like, rolls their eyes, vines all come out, grabs the 2 little ibex-looking monsters. They both make the, like, shocked anime face, and they fly off into the distance and are unharmed. They're fine. Wherever they are, they're fine.
They've just fainted.
They've just fainted.
In the wild.
It's fine.
This is clearly animal cruelty.
And, like, I say, like, as I'm participating in it.
This is wrong. We have to change things.
Lance is deeply thankful he didn't have to use Mago, and is going to try to go walk over to help the guy up off of the cliffside.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so you walk up to the guy to offer a handout.
Hi there.
Hi. You want to battle?
No. Did you need
You
saving?
looked me in the eyes.
Oh, God. Oh. And then just with a sigh, he pulls out the, like, orb for Mago. Fine.
He, like, is, like, hanging on by one hand, and he, like, reaches behind him into his backpack and pulls out an orb. He goes, cool. I love Genmon battles. This will be fun.
8-bit crush music just starts playing.
Yeah, spinning circles.
Yep. And like, all right, go, Mago. And he's actually going to throw Mago just Mago, not the orb. Mago at
Just
the guy.
the guy himself.
Yep, and I actually decided as soon as I had Mago that Mago has no attack moves. It's all status or useless. And I'm like, Mago, ooze. And it's gonna ooze all over the hand of the guy that's clinging to the cliffside and, like, gross him out to make him let go and fall.
Man. It's fucked up. I love it. Roll 1d6.
It's a 2.
Ooh, okay. So that's going to be one more towards the tipping point. I failed to mention this earlier, but you can also take 1 demerit.
Oh, shoot.
Dylan, you should also add 1 demerit.
I assumed so, yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want you to know that I gave Mago 4 moves, and I named them early. As soon as I had it.
Amazing. Juicy was locked and loaded. So yeah, tipping point, we go up 1 more. You take 1 demerit, which means at any point I can tell you to reduce your dice by 1 if I so choose.
Gross.
So yeah, the ooze starts coming out, but if anything, the ooze is fusing his hand to the mountain, so he's safer than ever. Wow, thank you. How kind of you. Now for my Genmon, and he throws it out. And it opens up. This is what is called, I'm trying to get it right, an arcane type. Arcane types have no strengths, no weaknesses. They are the stuff of legend. Essentially, this guy was just walking around the mountain, found something like this, and you see like a gold bright flash come out of the ball. And it is like this beautiful looking Genmon, like the kind that people draw fan art of, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a bird, but it stands like a man. It's kind of hot in a weird way, you know.
Oh my god, Lance looks at it and then looks at Mago with such rage.
Like, can you believe I just found this thing wandering around the mountain? By
Sure,
complete
brag
accident,
about it.
even. Fell right into my lap.
Asshole.
Good thing I had that Supreme Ball.
Do you have more?
No, there's only 1 in every region.
You... Oh. And he's just gonna look so angry that this guy wasted it.
So yeah.
What
He's
does
like,
it do?
all right, cool. Use your glowing arrow attack. And like he like makes a little arm motion, like he's gonna like shoot an arrow. A big beam of light appears inside of it, and well, I rolled a 1,
Oh, thank
Nice.
god.
which means I have to create a circumstance for myself. You're looking at this creature with envy. What do you do with that feeling?
Can I walk up and pet it and make it mine?
Sure. What am I gonna do? Say no?
I mean, you could.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that? Roll the
I
d6.
mean, we can both commiserate about our mutual failure.
Roll 1d6.
Yep. 5.
Oh my god. So, as he's like cocking the arrow, you walk up and like just put your hand out. Do you say anything? You just pet it? Like, what do you do here?
I understand. It's okay.
He like stops like shooting the arrow and like turns to the mountain climber, and he's like, "Uh-oh, that can't be good. Maybe I didn't have enough badges to tame this creature."
Maybe he's too low level.
Maybe I'm too low level. I am just mountain climber Gus after all. And the Genmon picks him up, plops him down, and breaks the orb that was holding him, and just like turns and looks at you. Congratulations, Juicy. You are now the proud owner of a Genmon that I definitely named and had written down beforehand.
Describe it again.
It is a bird that stands like a man.
Uh-huh.
It is an arcane type. It is hot.
Arcanopteryx.
Arcanopteryx. There you go. Now what do you do with Mago?
Mago's along for the ride, I guess.
Great.
I'm just not going to leave it to fend for itself. That would be cruel.
What up, cats? Both cool and uncool, but working on it. It's me, your Game Master Grant, and I'm here to tell you about some more cool shows, because that's what we do when we're in the middle of these things. Anyway, here's our friends over at Pest Control.
What would happen if the whole world knew monsters existed? That they could be your neighbor, your barista, or your childhood bully? Hi, we're Pest Control, a mostly Monster of the Week actual play show that just started our second season, and we're asking exactly those questions.
We are another tabletop podcasting show, but we utilize Monster of the Week very well. It feels almost like you are watching a show. It gets really dark.
Yeah, and in between all that, we are a little bit of silly little goofers.
Sam enables some extremely impactful story moments built up from themes and creature designs.
I'm William, they, them, and I'm playing Kelly Aberdeen, he, him, who is a vigilante who wants more than anything to be a monster and cannot become one.
I'm Sam, she, they, and I'm playing Nami, she, her, who is an angel who fucked up and has to make up for it.
My name is Jonas, they, them, and I'm playing Rabbit Moon, he, they, she, a demon boy who changes forms and plays with gravity. Rabbit is using the custom playbook, The Shape Changer.
And my name is Keeper Sam. Come follow Pest Control as we watch the story of Kelly, Nami, and Rabbit trying to keep the community of Norfolk safe from the encroaching influence of the city. Come check us out.
I really, really, really like Pest Control. Solid fucking podcast if you're into camp and horror with like little elements of superpowers here and there. They, like they said, mostly run Monster of the Week, which is really cool, and they have a lot of cool homebrew they do in that show. It's a really well done, well thought out, well structured, well performed, spooky podcast. So if you're into that with fall fast approaching, now's the time to get into Pest Control. I really like their second season, so please go check them out. Next up, our friends at Rolling with Difficulty.
Alright, Burke. Here's how it is. I'm not sure what burg you're from, but this is Sigil. This is the cage. Get it? It's not just the city you can't escape from, it's your problems. If you're thinking you can put your feet up and wait for law and order to solve them for you, well, quit it. You're just aiming for disappointment. Oh, sure, the factions kept the peace once upon a time. Guess they thought the peace was boring, though, because then they went to war, and what's left of them now only look out for them and theirs. Oh, God's help you if you think the lady is going to lend a hand. If she's taken an interest in you, let's just say I hope you're not too attached to your skin. Here, if there's something wrong you think needs righting, Cutter's got to take it on themselves. No, this is Sigil. There's clink to be made off of it, there are folks doing it. You really want this problem taken care of? I know some blood who can do the job.
Rolling with Difficulty presents Open and Shut, the second campaign from our D&D 5e actual play podcast following a noir-inspired group of detectives in the City of Doors. You can catch that right now with the second season on the way later this year, or if you'd rather enjoy a complete story, check out our first campaign, Per Aspera. You can also check out our various one-shots in systems outside of Dungeons & Dragons, and be sure to stay tuned for more exciting projects with great guests, great systems, amazing adventures, and as always, we'll be rolling with difficulty.
True fucking story. I had been mulling over wanting to do like a noir fantasy farce for a little bit, and then I got into Rolling with Difficulty's orbit, and fuck that, they're doing it so much better than I could have ever hoped to do it. Their current season is so much fun. It's a lot of the things I love about noir. Their comedy telling skills are just so, they're really fucking funny. I don't know what to tell you, they're really good. So check them out. They're pals of ours. We love Rolling with Difficulty. Fellow Crit Award nominees. Go listen to them. They're so good. And hey, have you been enjoying Taya on this very episode? I have exciting news for you. She has her own show called Damsels in Distress.
Come with us, dear viewers, on a journey full of horror, humor, and mystery, to the Regency village of Bledlow, where three young ladies are about to discover nothing is quite as they believed. You can follow along on YouTube and Twitch every other week, if they survive.
My mother likes to be sure that we are always very presentable.
In comes Taya in her underwear. If you want to talk about somebody's silly hat, I mean, Edwin's right next to you. I do miss you terribly when you go away.
I'll be home soon. I promise.
This is quite disturbing. Why would he have such unholy books?
Have you come for my power?
Damsels in Distress is legitimately like one of my favorite actual play. Yeah, I mean, end of sentence, or one of my favorite actual plays. I've been on that boat since day one. They're doing horror, they're doing Regency, they're doing queer, they tackle religious themes, the patriarchy, everything I personally really love in that genre. They are doing exceptionally well. So refreshing to have a cast who is not in it to mock the genre, but to use its tropes with reverence to tell a modern story with progressive sensibilities. And if that doesn't sell you on it, that is the intellectual fucking take, then this is just, take my word for it. They're good, they're funny, they're scary. Tune in, please. You heard Taya this whole episode. Go check more of her stuff out. And now, without further ado, you can come back from your lunch break, you can boot up your Game Boy Color, and get back into blasting off again. The rest of you catch up to Lance right as he's allying himself with this Genmon.
Wow, Lance, did Mago evolve?
No, Mago's right there, just hanging out, and it, like, wiggles.
Whoa!
This is Arcanopteryx.
Whoa.
He waves.
Hi.
Looks like a biblically accurate bird.
Yeah, and... huh? Weirdly? Is it weird to acknowledge that?
We were all thinking it.
No, we kind of have to say it out loud or it'll eat you up inside.
Yeah.
The mountain climbers are sitting there being like, oh yeah, no, Christianity's in this world for sure.
Can Mago use his wiggle attack to gross out the rock climber and try to make him fall again?
Sure, roll a d6.
That's a 6.
All right, then yeah, he starts wiggling around, and he's like, "Oh, now that I see it up close, it's gross," and he just jumps off the mountain of his own volition.
As he falls down the mountain, I say,
See, if Genmon fighting were regulated, this never would have happened.
Happen.
From like beneath the mountain here, it is technically regulated. We have tournaments and such, but I hear where you're coming from.
Well, I mean, the tournaments are cool, but I feel like there's a lot of low-stakes gambling that comes with the just Genmon battles on the streets. I don't know about that.
It's not like I walk through town and people ask me to arm wrestle every time I walk by them. It's only, do you want to, have these two beasts fight each other? And you know what?
and like I look down at Tusks, and like Tusks is like looking back up at me, and I'm like,
I'm not convinced that they're not intelligent. To be completely honest with you, I'm pretty sure I saw one slinging hamburgers the other day.
Tusks blinks one eye at a time.
I mean, I'm not sure that people are intelligent half the time.
Well,
and we flip hamburgers.
Okay. You have not resolved the landslide issue, but hey, we're an hour in.
Yeah.
You've gotten past it for sure. You can start heading up to the top of the mountain.
Guys, it's getting hotter up here.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
You're noticeably wetter.
It's getting worse.
I will confirm this. As you go further up, it does get warmer and warmer. Your feet start to heat up. You can feel the hot rocks beneath you. The Genmon become fewer and farther between.
Ash, have you tried talcum powder?
Ash, I think has like a little saddlebag that he then opens up, and you see like a charcuterie of sweat deterrent solutions of all kinds. There's stick deodorants and powders. There's a couple crystals in here. There's a lot going on.
I see I've overstepped.
There's a Genmon that excretes powder.
Yeah.
Is there like caked talcum powder in like the folds of your armpits?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Like a paste.
Yeah.
No, there are actual colder regions outside of this island that you could go to.
Yeah, but I live here.
Totally. I'm just saying.
Relocation costs.
Yeah,
That's literally the reason everybody has for not moving to another state. That's totally reasonable.
But I live here, though.
I live here. Why would I go to Ohio?
This is it.
Why would you go to Ohio?
I'm just saying, they're just cooler climates. But it also makes me think, it's like, if we do take Flamuina away from this place, are we doing the same thing? Are we relocating a Genmon away from their natural habitat? Because our boss won't take a jacket off?
Have we considered the ecological impact of removing this apex predator who has such an impact on the entire environment of our land?
I feel like we're 80% of a 7-hour video game too deep into this to have questions about it now.
Our boss told us to, so it's probably fine.
Are we the bad guys?
That's the case.
Like, I'm not gonna argue with him. He seems to know what he's talking about, so I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, no one dumb could wear that many jackets.
What if? I mean, you know what? I feel like if we take her out, and it's a problem, she's just gonna be in the refrigerator. We could just put her back.
Yeah.
Do we know if they could live in refrigerators?
They survive
We'll put air holes in
brutal
it.
battles with each other every single day, multiple times a day.
I like the air hole idea.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I just came up with it just then.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, A+. What do you think, Beau?
That we just put this being in a refrigerator, it'll be okay?
With holes.
With holes?
Yeah, so it can, like, breathe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it to die.
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
We're not...
the bare minimum we can do. It's the very bare minimum.
Let's go capture this thing.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. You reach the top of Kotatsu Mountain. There is a large plate, like a square-shaped barrier, essentially corking the, I don't know what they're called in volcanoes. I took theater in college, but, you know, the hole. So this giant metal plate is just covering the cone of the volcano, and you know this is the only way inside of it. So you have to figure out a way to remove this thing.
Who's got an ability to smash? Do we want to smash it? Do we want to slide it off?
Okay, this is like a really big swing here.
Good.
But I'm really good at stealing things. What if I just steal it?
Just stole it.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Just gonna pickpocket it. Yeah.
Do you have big enough pockets?
I do.
Pocket for everything.
Chekhov's cargo pants, baby.
Hell yeah, hammer space. Which just goes into the inventory list.
I do just want to point out, Ash, being the fingers, your talent is literally called improbable thievery.
Yeah.
You can nick things that aren't even things given the right gumption is the literal flavor text for your skill. So I don't think it's too out of the question to say, can I steal this?
There's a lot of gumption in this damn boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, ordinarily we use this talent for stealing other Genmon, but in this particular case, we're going to use it for stealing a giant metal plate off the top of a volcano. So go ahead and roll 2d6 for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And what am I doing? Taking the higher or whatever?
We're going to take the higher one.
Oh, spectacular. So that's a 6?
Fantastic. You and your wet little body get the firmest grip you've ever had on anything in your life. What do you do to remove the plate?
Okay,
I dated someone like that once.
I see. What's gonna happen is Ash is gonna go over to Xavier and just be like, "Oh my God, you're never gonna believe this,
but there's something behind your ear.
It's gonna, sleight of hand, having stole it, pull out a massive plate from behind your ear.
Xavier fades. Xavier fades. That's.
Good God!
What was that, bad?
Are you a Genmon?
No, don't be ridiculous. I don't even like Genmon. I just,
You're constantly moist, and I think you just performed actual magic, and it's starting to look a little more realistic that you might just be one of these mythical beings.
I don't know what you're insinuating. I just think that the Genmon fighting should be regulated, and that has nothing to do with my personhood, which is real.
You do feel really strongly about the Genmon fighting and their rights.
Yeah, because because of morality, which I have.
The which I have makes it harder to buy. I want to be clear about that.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
Do you need like a moment?
Yes, but we should keep going.
You successfully take the plate off of the volcano. A huge burst of hot air is coming out of this thing. You can already kind of immediately feel a shift in the outer temperature of the region. You've just pumped in, hot air from the highest point of the region into the atmosphere. It gets more humid everywhere. That's how science works. But most importantly, the cone is now able to descend into. When you look into there, though, it's hard to see how exactly you would get in there. It's a very deep, dark hole. So you don't see a path, you don't see a clear wall to rappel off of. Juicy, behave yourself.
Never.
So, that is what is presented here to you.
Rocket Judgmon, use climbing chalk, and I'm gonna have Rocket Judgmon climb us down, or climb me down. I don't know about the rest of that.
Well, you or everyone?
Everyone. I'm gonna do everyone, and then I'll roll.
Okay, roll a d6.
I need you to know that Lance pulls out a fan that matches his hair perfectly because it's so warm.
Of course.
What does a demerit do? I have a question because I rolled really bad.
You rolled really bad?
Yeah. Trying to help us out. It might be bad, guys.
You can accumulate demerits during the course of the game, which can force you to roll 1d6 twice. It's the lower of the two. This can be used for making moves or using your Genmon. So these can be forced by me, or you can negotiate using a demerit in exchange for something cool.
Yeah, I see.
So you roll the 1?
Yeah.
Okay. He pops out. He starts to climb or descend the mountain in for you. And as he takes one step down, you watch in horror as Rocket Judgmon just slips and falls into the volcano.
Oh, he didn't have enough chalk.
And Adam hadn't helped himself to a demerit.
Do you guys think he's gonna be okay?
Wait,
Sure.
Tangler. Tangler, do you think you can... And Tangler is going to attempt to use a vine to shoot down and lasso him.
Big brain moves. Yeah, roll a d6.
Hell yeah.
A 4. Okay. So with a 4, we get a hit, and it moves the fiction through a complication. So you're going to the vine shoots down. It wraps around him. You're able to retrieve Rocket Judgmon. However, little Tangler weighs a lot less than Rocket Judgmon, so he's struggling to pull him up. So he's not falling anymore. New complication, your guy's having a hard time pulling him up.
Can I just go and pick up Tangler?
Just on your own,
On my
big
own.
beefcake you are. Yeah, absolutely. Roll a d6.
Please save my guy.
I got you. Damn, I also rolled a 4.
A 4. Okay. Rocket Judgmon is made of rocks, and you're also carrying a small highland sheep. So you're lifting him up, and I'll say this. You're able to lift up Tangler, right? No problem. And then you realize, I only have 2 hands. Who's going to pull the Tangler, the vine?
Yeah. I feel like I'm like tug-of-warring and using Tangler as that,
Very
as the
much,
rope.
yes.
So I'm trying to like
Very much,
drag
yes.
him back,
So,
but it's hard to pull him.
New complication. Beau is now in a tug-of-war with a giant rock creature.
Grant, can
Yeah.
I use my talent, which is competence, to add 1 point to Beau's roll, making it a 5?
Oh, yes. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that. Perfect.
It's like bed
The
with the
way in which I
knees.
do it is I grab the two balls and I just resummon the Genmon back to their little.
Oh, we should have done that in the
they could
first
do
place.
that. I forgot that was a thing.
Perfect. So no further complication. Both are now safe in their orb, but
Thanks,
now you
Beau.
know the nature of the cone.
Could I use Mago and its ooze move to like make a slippy slide that I can just slide down?
Yeah, roll a d6.
I would love to. Go, Mago! I rolled a 1!
We're never getting in this volcano.
Oh my god.
The impossible challenge of going into a hole.
That's usually not a problem, but today we've changed.
Yeah, you just watch the ooze like fall into darkness.
Oh, and I'm like, I imagine like I'm slipping behind it like that. It's just,
You know, we could make that part of the complication, so you could slip and slide and just fly right in there.
well, that's what I was imagining is like, I
Great.
was using Mago to make the trail, the snail trail in front of me with its like, 'cause
Ah.
it's like this pupa thing and it's oozing. So maybe I'm going too fast and it's just with wild abandon.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you do it without thinking about it. You knew this was going to work, and then at the last possible moment, you realize this is not going to work, and you start to fly right up above the cone and start to descend in.
Yeah, it's working too well.
I hate when it does that.
I want to use Soul as Lance starts slipping down, but I want to use Soul to make a type of like little light bulb out of him. He just kind of starts glowing a little bit, and hopefully that might actually illuminate safer places for us to walk down.
Yeah. Roll a d6.
I love that we started throwing Genmon and ourselves in before we tried to light it up.
Right.
That is a 5. Hell yeah.
That's a success. So Soul effortlessly lights up. Just goes into the cone, lights the whole thing up, and then you realize, oh, there's a walkway on the other side.
Oh, there's the walkway. We're supposed to go down that way.
Ah, that makes sense.
Lance, you fall in the hole.
Lance is gonna feel real dumb when he hits the bottom.
So Lance hits the bottom. The rest of you take the stairs.
That's a funny reversal for him. Got it? It's K jokes.
So you all head into the volcano. Some safer than others. And when you reach the bottom, you see Soul is illuminating the small little patch of grass surrounded by dark rocks. And you see this, that the legends are true. You do see Flamulina, this like green and purple speckled mushroom looking creature, has one large eye and it's closed. It looks like it's currently sleeping.
I imagine that Lance, by the way, is like ass overhead, like on the ground, like in a crumple.
Yeah.
I'll go over to Lance, and then I'll
Yes.
pick them up from the exact position that they're in, and then I'll just like flip them over.
Mommy, I don't want to go to school.
Do we disturb this little mushroom in their hot pot?
I mean, it seems pretty rude to, like, bother it while it's clearly just relaxing.
Unless we, like, soothe it awake.
Does anyone just have like a orb thing to catch it? Can we just do that?
I will say you do have the option. but this is a legendary Genmon. This is a blazing arcane type. It's got 2 types. So if you were going to use one of the orbs that you are permitted to carry, I would make you do the demerit for that.
So save first, and then if we don't catch it, reset.
Hey, wait a minute, this isn't parsley.
What if we just, I have another skill besides being wet and stealing things, you know.
I don't believe it.
But I do.
It's a hard buy.
And as you, Ash says that, and you turn around, and Ash, then like peeks out from under a random rock, and is like, "I'm really good at hiding. We could like sneak past. We could just go past it. Just do exactly as I say, and we'll get past undetected."
Sure. I'm not sure where we're going, but I'm down.
We're going deeper into this volcano, obviously.
Past the Genmon we're here to get?
Is that safe?
Sure.
Anything's safe.
Wait,
So we're
is
sneaking-
the mushroom is the one that we're here to get?
That's our boy.
Oh my god! Oh, I just thought it was a different.
That's our boy.
That's our boy.
All right,
But
hold
no,
on.
maybe there's a
Yeah,
rarer, more powerful one this way, though.
Yeah,
I
it
was
can't
vibing.
possibly,
I was
it can't
cool with it.
possibly be this one. We've got to go further in. Let's just leave this one alone. I got something for you deeper inside, guys.
It doesn't help the argument.
In there.
It doesn't help that you're.
Ash, you're starting to make me uncomfortable.
This is like a Genmon just leading us deeper. It's like, no, I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
They're never gonna beat the Genmon allegations.
Wait. What if Ash really is a double agent the whole time and wants to murder us?
That is what you said.
That is like a really wild accusation that you would just say that to me, and especially considering that like we work together, and that.
Let me be clear, Lance is not that smart and doesn't understand subtext. That was juicy talking.
Ash says that anyway.
To the air.
I can feel you all judging me, and I'm just saying that I feel like he's fine there, and
All
like
right.
is just chilling and
Lead the
having a little
way.
bath. Okay.
I'm gonna sneak past the Genmon.
So we've convinced Lance. How does the rest of the gang feel about just blatantly ignoring the Genmon you were sent here to get?
My skill is competent.
I love how that was a complaint.
I've never heard, but it's what my character would do for the right thing.
Guys, like, I don't. I'll do whatever the group does, honestly. Let's just put it to a vote.
But, like, don't you guys want to cool the region down? Like, Ash, you've been leaving a trail of water this whole time. Do you not want to, like, do something about that? Or, I'm not judging you, but, like...
I feel like, you know, now that we're in here and like we're seeing it, it just seems different, you know, like they're just chilling, and like honestly, I don't even feel that hot anymore.
And like Ash is just like there's just like buckets of sweat
Just melting.
yeah. Ash now does have like heat distortion like all around him.
Like, I don't even think it's that bad. I think I kind of like the heat.
Honestly, could we be this close to the Genmon that's heating up the region? And I trust Ash implicitly.
That seems incredibly unfounded. I'm not gonna lie to you, Lance. I don't.
Ash has never betrayed me. What could possibly happen?
That's true.
Lance is convincing me.
I mean, I'm not gonna, like, steal it by myself, so, like, if no one's gonna help me, then I guess I'll follow Ash, but I really think we should do what our orders were.
I'm just curious to see what's on the other side of this rainbow. So I'm willing. I'm willing to follow Ash.
You and me both, Eli.
But what if the boss had been misinformed? And he's going to be so happy if we find the real Genmon that's at stake here.
Exactly. We'll be heroes. We'll be promoted.
Yeah, and Lance high fives Ash.
It makes a sound that is upsetting.
It is a wet slap.
Like when you slap the top of the water in the pool.
I'm imagining like the hands meet and the like water drops fly, and in that frame they're like the shing, like sparkle images with that noise, like it's Gundam Wing. Yep.
Oh.
Hey Ash.
Yeah.
Roll a 2d6 for me and take the lower one.
Oh, so you're like that today. Okay.
Nah, I had an idea.
That's gonna be a 1, baby.
Let's fucking go. Okay. New complication.
Yeah.
So, the tipping point goes up. You can earn another demerit.
Great.
And you do lead everyone further into the depths of the volcano. The mushroom kind of like wakes up, turns around, sees you all leaving, and in the way only a mushroom can, shrugs and goes back to sleep. and you go further and further in there, and you start feeling like this hot breeze keeps hitting you every like 2 seconds or so. Like the cave is exhaling onto hot breath, hitting you the further and deeper you go, until eventually you all walk one after the other like a row of penguins into the snout of a giant stone blazing hot dragon looking creature.
Oh.
And then you see 2 red eyes open and make eye contact with all of you.
Found the source of the ticking.
Ooh, what if we make it sneeze and then it flies away?
That's brilliant.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually totally cool with that.
Who's gonna make him sneeze?
Everyone's pointing a gun at each other like, yeah, we should do that.
My money's on Tangler with those vines.
Oh,
Coochie coochie coo.
I was thinking Soul could do it.
That too, yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
He's a ghost.
Okay.
What if Soul goes in one nostril and Tangler tickles the other with their vines? We're a team, aren't we?
So much assurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Sure, Beau.
Listen, guys, I don't mean to be annoying, but like, are we sure we don't want to go back to the mushroom guy?
No.
This is
I'm not sure.
definitely where we're supposed to be.
I trust Ash implicitly. And I mean, it's so big. How could it not be the cause?
Exactly.
I guess a dragon does seem more like a source of heat than a mushroom.
Think how the boss is gonna respect us and thank us.
Yeah.
He's not.
It's gonna
I'm
be
convinced
really,
he's not.
Gonna need a bigger
It's gonna
box
be
than
really
we
awesome to
anticipated.
go in there and be like, hey, you were wrong about everything, and we figured it out.
Exactly.
Bosses love when you do that.
That's how mobs work. The boss loves to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, you know you're a stupid piece of shit. Okay, Tangler and Soul. I don't think either of you have a demerit right now, which is great news for you.
Thank God.
Living the dream.
I think it's been these 3 knuckleheads mostly raking in the demerits.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can each make a d6 roll
God,
for me.
I'm so scared. 5.
Wow.
4.
Ooh, okay, cool. We're tickling the nostrils of this giant dragon to, again, make it sneeze. And, well, you're gonna succeed, that's for sure. This dragon's name is Kogagan, and the eyes light up, and it's feeling the nostrils. You see, like, you hear like the sound of rocks rubbing together as his nostrils like twinkle, and he starts breathing in like, and he's gonna sneeze. And with that 4, the tipping point's not gonna go up, but you do know a boulder-sized head of a dragon type thing is about to sneeze, and you're right in front of the nostrils. So that's the little clue I'll give you before I do a thing.
I need you to know that every time you mention tickling the nostrils, it feels filthy, and I'm here for it.
It is. No,
really
I mean,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's Game Master Monday, baby. We're a kink show.
Yeah. As soon as the plan was decided on, Ash is hiding somewhere.
Turn over, Ash is gone.
Where?
I think, like doing like a little like hover between two like sides of the cliffside, like
Sure.
arms up, hovering there in the shadow.
Okay. Cool. Just gonna make a quick note of that. Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Lance is standing confidently.
Great.
And heedlessly.
I'll have Rocka Judgmon, use stone bailiff, and it's like a protect, and I'm gonna have it protect us with like a stone wall.
Okay, hiding behind a big stone wall. What's Beau doing?
Beau's trying to find a way to kind of stay out of the way and hide, but they want to be around to make sure that they catch Soul whatever happens to them, and make sure that they just snatch their friend and make sure that they're safe when things pop off.
Sunny's kind of doing the same thing, but cowering behind Beau, but like kind of peering around to try and like see if Tangler's okay.
Everyone roll 1d6.
Oh god.
6.
6?
3.
For Sunny?
A 2.
3.
Yeah! 2 6s, 2 3s, and a 2.
Okay. So the sneeze happens. Everyone's plan, with the exception of Beau's, functions and works. Beau, what you see is Soul gets sneezed out of that nostril and like in a burst of fire, like fly all the way to the back of the volcano and shoot straight up. Soul's like, what?
Boy!
And yeah, it's fire coming out of the nostrils. Hot fire, the hottest burning thing anyone's ever been in the vicinity of. No one here gets hurt. Possibly Soul, possibly the stone bailiff, but you see that the fire goes through the tunnel and shoots right back out of that volcano. The volcano that you just uncorked.
I think we made it worse.
Oh.
Everything seems to be going to plan. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, I have an idea. And Lance is gonna throw Mago into the nose and make it wiggle. That is one of the moves I named at the beginning.
To what end?
To make it like sneeze again and be uncomfortable and like wanna fly away.
So
yep.
Roll that d6 for me.
Wiggle, Mago.
Lance, please use your god bird. Please use the god bird and help us.
He is not that smart.
Lance!
That bird is just flavor now. Roll that d6 for me.
You got it. I thought it was funnier if I used Mago, because I had ideas for both. That's a 2.
I'm a fan.
That's a tipping point. Okay, so you got a demerit. So you put him in there to wiggle around. He sure does sneeze again, and fire shoots out of the top of the volcano again. And you kind of similar thing that happened with Soul. You see Mag go like, whoa, right out of the tip of it. They're fine, I'm sure. And
I imagine Mago wetly slapping into me, knocking me over, like, and flying into the back wall.
Yeah, covered in flaming boogers.
Yeah.
So, like, this time when you hear the fire pop out, this time you hear the unmistakable shriek of an entire island nation. Everyone's like, oh my god! Good thing it's not coming down the mountain yet, but what? That's not supposed to happen. They all said in unison.
From where I am, I'm just gonna whisper to Tusks. Be like, Tusks, you know what to do. And like, Tusks is gonna walk up to the nostrils and stink. And it's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, roll a d6.
Okay.
That's so perfect.
5.
5. How the adventure begins, the adventure must also continue, I guess. So yeah, he goes up to it. He looks down and sees the little warthog, sees tusks. Tusks, just like those little move thing. A bunch of stink lines come off of him, flies into the nostrils, and you see Kogagan's eyes roll up and turn into like X's from how bad it smells. And then like his head drops a bit, like the ground beneath you shakes and like a little dust cloud pops up. But that is a fainted creature.
Does anyone have an orb to catch it?
I have one.
I'm gonna spend your demerit on that one because it is a giant legendary creature. So yeah, roll 2d6 and give me the lowest number.
4 is my lowest dice.
4, okay.
Ooh.
You throw the orb, it sucks in Kogagan, it drops onto the ground, it shakes once, shakes twice, stops for a second, you start pressing B as hard as you can, and then it clicks. And as soon as it clicks, you hear something. A breeze, a cold one, coming inside the volcano.
Is that breeze coming from a centralized place?
I would say it's coming from the direction of how you got into the volcano.
It's from the outside.
Yeah, cool air coming in.
Did we do
Feels
it?
great.
Perfect.
Is that it?
I think
I
that
think-
means we succeeded.
We did.
It feels that way.
Yeah. We're
Of
heroes.
course we did. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
saved
this is what victory
Kotatsu.
feels like.
We should go
High
brag
five,
about it
everybody.
now. Yeah. High
Anime
five
freeze
me.
frame.
Yeah.
And while you anime freeze frame, you hear a familiar voice. A small, girlish voice. And you turn around and you see the little 10-year-old girl who's been thwarting Team Chill at every pass for the past like 7 missions. And she's holding out an orb and she says, "Team Chill, put him back right now."
Why aren't you in school?
We don't have those.
Guys, I cannot lose to her again. I cannot. We gotta go. I
This
cannot
is not
face her again.
happening. You need to talk to your parents. You have
Yeah,
to
well, like,
My
get out.
parents
is
are
your
letting
life?
me do this.
They are not responsible.
Where are they?
My mom sends me money every time I win a battle. And I
Are you
send
low
some
stakes
back to her.
gambler?
Are you being exploited?
No, I wanted to do this. Like, like the champions you see on TV.
I think there's
Everyone my age
questions
wants to do this.
about relative agency at the age of 10.
Yeah, like you should really be being educated and spending time with your family and just being a kid.
Yeah.
I'm spending time with my found family.
Don't you
You're in
want?
a
There's
volcano.
no one here but us.
You're alone.
You're alone.
Yeah, the mayor, after I beat the 7th gym leader, told me that they heard something strange coming from the volcano and asked me to check it out.
Not even an 8 yet?
That's a disordered relationship with your government. Do you understand? Like, they should not be able to tell you
I'm not the one in here stealing Genmon. You always say things like that, but it's like protesting like the evil coffee shop after you just bought a coffee from the coffee shop.
Like that adult should have taken responsibility. Why are you
I'm
here
doing
instead?
him a favor because he's my friend.
Yeah, you don't
You're
have this.
friends with an adult?
That's
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, I get that, but still.
That's kind of weird.
It is
I
weird.
mean,
You should maybe
I-
take like a debate class, and then we can revisit this sometime. When you're older, maybe possibly
you
at
can put
like the town
Kogagan
hall.
back so it'll stop being cold all of a sudden.
How do you know his name?
Because I know my Genmon.
That's.
I have a
alright.
dex.
Okay, you have us
See?
there.
This is a problem. You let this Genmon come in here, and then this whole town got so high. And that's like, it's not your fault. You're just a kid. But you gotta get
The
out.
town is balmy. You're the one who's constantly hot.
Have you seen how
way
damp
too-
ash is?
Yeah,
That's not natural.
it's
Many
not.
times.
It's
Yeah, and it's
really
not
difficult.
fair.
It's constant maintenance. And
Think
that's
of
like,
the fungal infections.
exactly. Think about them.
I
And then think
don't
that,
want to think about that. I'm 10.
So if you're not strong enough to think about the fungal infections that are happening everywhere simultaneously on me, then you're definitely not old enough to be wielding Genmon all over the place willy-nilly, causing destruction and wild temporal changes.
But have you considered that my Genmon are my friends, and my true power comes from their friendship and respect and love?
Have you considered that Ash smells like yeast and cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've battled Ash before. That has crossed my nostrils.
Oh, well.
I've lost the plot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't.
Are you gonna battle me or what?
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna battle you. I've lost like 3 times. I don't want to battle you again.
I think Lance has so much unearned confidence that he throws the orb with Arcane Optrix at her head.
And okay, sure, roll a d6.
I rolled a 2.
Let's go. Okay.
So Arcane Optrix pops up, but nothing happens, I assume?
Well, I'm saying you're not going to hit her in the head. And Arcane Optrix pops out, and a very similar situation starts to present itself from the mountain climber. He turns around and looks at you, and looks at the girl, and it's like it's like a thumb pointing gesture. It's like, for real?
and there's nod from Lance. Like, yeah, duh.
Lance, be careful. Her vibes are better.
And then the sudden realization hits Lance's face, and in anime how the eyes go black with shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a pause in the camera where it's just there, and it's
I am going to have her send out her Genmon, Pantalica. This is a panther covered in heavy metal imagery. It's got punk studs all over its body, guitar string whiskers, and it unleashes a power chord when it roars. It's a beast type, going up against a Genmon that again has no type, so no weaknesses, which means I don't have to worry about those mechanics. But she does send that out, and she says, use your guitar roar. And 4. Okay, so he hears it, looks at you, and just makes a gesture for real. You want me to fight this?
And I say to Arcane Optrix, use Fliegen. Which, because German is my new personality, Fliegen means fly in German, and fly, so it's a little pun, and I wanted to over-explain that. So it flies up in the air.
Legally different from Pokemon's fly move.
Yes, of course. And the attack that's headed its way, in my head doesn't hit because it used Fliegen, and then it will slap at it the next turn.
Cool. Make a d6 roll for me.
Does it miss? No, it's a 2.
Oh boy, we're getting close.
Oh.
Take another demerit.
Oh my god.
He doesn't listen.
Arcane Optrix, but you're both awesome and hot. Come on.
Oh no.
The little 10-year-old girl, the hero of the story, tells Pantalica, go get that orb back.
Here's the thing, though. My talent is never backing down.
Hell yeah!
Do you murder her with the dragon?
No, no. But I'm gonna do it by myself as a regular person. Who needs Genmon when you have tenacity?
Fist fight a 10-year-old.
Just bitch slap her.
So if Pantalica is gonna do anything, I'm gonna either try to football strong arm it, or just grab it in the air
on your own.
On my own.
Hell yeah.
On my own sheer will.
Is that your talent?
Yeah, that's my talent. To never back down.
Okay, hell yeah. Okay, great. Roll 2d6 for me.
Never back down, never surrender. 5.
It works. So you just bear hug this panther-looking creature. What do?
I'll bear hug it for a second, but Beau will eventually just kind of what you do with cats when you wrangle them. You put them up on their back, just baby style. Just grab it, just start, petting it, stroking it, just essentially putting it into reset mode where it just flop.
Just flops back onto the ground. It's a very content cat right now, and she's like, "Oh man, that was the one I brought for this." Because for some reason we all only get one. So she's just kind of standing there, and she was like, "Okay, not used to this feeling, losing to you guys."
It's an interesting feeling. It's an interesting feeling to have, right? When you lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
The
like
power
it.
dynamics here are broken. They're
there
all
are 5 adults and you're 10.
Yeah. And this shouldn't be this way.
I'm just doing what people ask me to do because I'm nice. It's like a nice adult is like, go do me a favor and then I'll give you this reward, and then you take it and you go and you fight another adult in another build. This is kind of fucked.
Go to
here's
school,
the thing.
study math and have friends. Go to recess.
There are
Develop
stores
cognitively.
and companies in this world. You could get a job. You could grow up to get a job. You should go to school.
But I want to be the very best, and that's
Not gonna happen.
But be the best accountant.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Do you know how many Genmon there are? You know how many people there are? Do you know how many of them are actually going to be the best? Not you. Not us.
I'm pretty close.
Ash is gonna sneak out of here.
Great. Validity 6.
Okay. 5.
Cool. Yeah, you're gone. You're so gone. You bailed out of this conversation ages ago.
Yeah.
Really when it comes down to it, best comes down to numbers in the gym. Out in the street, that doesn't matter. None of that matters. Everyone's just playing around. When you get to competitive stuff and we start doing things like netting and teching, it gets weird. You have to use items. It's too much. It's too much. You're not gonna do it.
I'm gonna stop you there. I just have them learn 4 attacks that hurt people, and that's all I ever care about.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. You're gonna lose 80% of the time.
No, you're
not. I got a lot to think about.
Anybody better than you.
I'm gonna go home and think about my life.
Yeah, think about your life choices at 10
really
years
good.
old and maybe make a better decision.
I gotta buy a jacket. Good thing I have so much money, and she leaves.
Oh, she's a Nepo baby. Got it.
She won a lot of battles.
A lot of low stakes gambling.
Yeah.
Ash, where did you go?
So there's a cut scene to Ash walking back down this volcano and walking a little bit into a forest and coming across a herd of ashes, and it's just like,
We did it. We're in.
What?
Runs with them.
I knew it.
Ash didn't have a name until 90 minutes ago. During the course of this adventure, we just decided that Ash was a Genmon.
That's how
I like to live. Yeah.
Yeah, and you quickly learned Ash is not in disguise at all. They all look just like Ash.
They're all so wet.
It's a whole Genmon that's just a wet boy.
Just dead-eyed, damp, dripping.
Yeah.
Ash, the wet boy Pokemon.
Pokemon. It's its own type.
As for you other 4, Ash, nowhere to be found, never seen again. In fact, in conversations with your coworkers, they might ask, "Who's Ash?" There's no one like that on Team Chill.
No.
But you 4 do bring the captured Kogagan back to Team Chill's leader. You recount your adventure to them, and they go, "I am not gonna lie to you guys. I fully expected us to fail."
That's good leadership.
Well, I'm glad we succeeded. I mean, that means we get a promotion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your salaries are all 100% going up. I might even make you sub-leaders for this, for sure.
Oh!
Wait, we were on salary?
Yeah.
Yeah, weren't you?
I didn't get paid for last Christmas. If we want to, can we?
You might need to talk to Maggie about that. She does payroll.
Yeah, have you never spoken to Maggie?
No, I just thought that we were hourly. I haven't gotten paid for holidays once. I haven't gotten paid for a single holiday.
Wait, have you been getting paid?
It sounds like we all have to talk to Maggie about something. We'll worry about that later. Beau, would you do me the honor of placing Kogagan in the fridge? In the orb, preferably.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take the little ball and I'll put it gently into the fridge.
Did we do the air holes thing or not?
Oh, Lance has a drill.
Ready.
Just in case.
Fabian watches in horror as Sunny and Beau and Lance and Xavier drill holes into their fridge. And we pan out over the forest where Ash is running free, hoping one day to finally not be wet.
It's really more of a flopping.
Slipping, sliding through the forest.
Yeah.
And we see the clouds above the Kotatsu region. People on the ground are panicking. All of a sudden, the prices of coats are shooting way up. And you see a gentle snow start to fall over the area. And that is blasting off again.
Hell yeah.
This was so freaking fun.
This was really fun.
My
I love
God.
that we succeeded. I never thought we would succeed.
No, me either.
I think we're gonna succeed.
Me either.
It got pretty close. I kept the tally for the turning point. It got pretty
Yeah,
close.
how many were we at? How many demerits?
You had 9 total demerits. You needed 12 to fail.
Oh,
Wow.
That was close.
Damn.
That is blasting off again. That again was created by our friends over at 5 Point Games. There's a link to buy the game in the description. Please buy it. It's so fun. It's so cool. Kyle, a friend of the show, donated this game to us so we could play it, and it's so much fucking fun. We didn't even get into a lot of the meat of the mechanics of the fighting or the decks that for real exist. There are real Genmon and great art for it. Please buy this game. Thank all of you for playing here with me today. This was nuts. This was a good one.
So much fun. It was so fun.
Amazing.
That's a Hall of Famer right there, I think. Adam, thank you for joining. Where can we hear more of you?
If you like me and you think I'm silly, you can go listen to me over at 5 Jams in a Trench Coat, where we make a rotating series of TTRPGs. Each season is a different GM playing a different TTRPG. We range from medium to short to mid-long form. It's a great time. We're very silly. There's 5 of us. It's a good time.
Adam is currently DMing the mini-series they're doing for Strixhaven.
I am.
And it fucks, and it's really good, and you should listen to it.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
won't lie. I was in my bag. I rarely brag about myself. I was in my bag for those 4 episodes. I was on
Hell yeah.
Can confirm.
Good.
Hell
In
yeah.
bag.
Fuck yeah.
Eli, where can we hear more of you?
Hi. You can hear more about me. We do less silly things, but I am on Mayday Roleplay. I'm the resident ghost there. We do a variety of different things. Right now we're playing Vampire the Masquerade, our Vegas by Night series. And we do a bunch of other horror-esque stuff. And outside of Mayday, you can find me at A Ghost of Eli, where I write and create world settings and all other sorts of stuff. So you can find me there.
Love all of the stuff you put out. Vegas by Night. I'm very picky with Vegas content in this space because I grew up and live here. One of my favorite Vegas things, my favorite Vampire the Masquerade things. Eli's amazing. Anything with Eli's name on it, please go listen and read it.
Thank you.
Juicy, where can we hear more of you?
Oh my God, too many places. I'm an internet slut, but you can find me at Juicy Garland or at juicy.garland. Search one, you'll find the other. You can find me in All Our Faults, which is a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast. You can find me on Game Master Monday playing Camp Meadowview, which was a Monster of the Week show, which is amazing. Woo! And generally speaking, you can find me in Tabletop Tailspinner stuff. We are a small actual play network that's doing our best to be as diverse as we can. Yeah, thank you for listening.
We yoinked Juicy from All of Our Faults because I love their character a lot, and now Juicy is attached to me for the rest of time. I'm sorry to say.
Love that. I want to play this specific game with this specific cast again. but also I
yeah.
will do anything with you. This has been amazing.
Dylan, where can we hear more of you?
Oh my God, hello. I've been Dylan, or Super Dylan, everywhere. That's where you can find me online. You can hear me as the host of the One Shot podcast, where we play a new RPG with a new crew every single month. You can hear me as a principal character on the Atom List, which is a Starfinder actual play / audio drama. You can hear me on the Patchwork Productions Network, which I co-founded with my best friend. We have a couple of really interesting and avant-garde shows coming out, but right now we are doing a Dragon Age book club podcast where we're playing through the trilogy before Veilguard comes out to get a little refresher on it. Yeah, that's it for me. I had a blast. I am such a fan of Game Master Monday, so thank you for having me on.
I'm such a fan of everything you do. If you all love Game Master Monday, you will probably love One Shot a lot more. I'll be honest with you. And I can say that with confidence because I've blatantly stolen from Dylan before.
I'm not endorsing that.
I am, and my word is law. But literally, I've learned how to be a better GM by listening to Dylan. So listen to all of his shows, please.
God, I love that. Thank you.
Taya, where can we hear more of you?
You can hear more of me at Damsels in Dice Stress. We are Damsels in Dice Stress on basically all social media. If you thought I was funny in this, don't get used to that if you watch Demons and Daughters, which is our long-form Regency era actual play where I do nothing but cry a lot, apparently. But yeah, we are Damsels in Dice Stress. Demons and Daughters is on YouTube and on Twitch. And if you want more of me in general, I am Taya Campbell over on Twitter and Instagram. I do various things as an actor, and May J, who's one of my colleagues on Damsels, and I actually have a little theatre company now. So if you're interested in that, go follow Wasn't There a Man Theatre, because that's us too. And yeah, I've had the best time ever. It's been so nice to do something chaotic and insane. It's been a nice break for me. And I love Game Master Monday, so it's been really great to be here.
We love Damsels in Dice Stress. I've said it before, I'll always say it. Literally one of my top 5 favorite actual play things happening. End of sentence. I love Damsels in Dice Stress so much. Please go watch them. They're so fucking amazing. And of course, you know me. I'm Grant. I'm your usual Game Master here at Game Master Monday. This Wednesday, folks, we are launching our second ever Game Master Monday Presents mini-series on our Twitch channel. We have our special guest GM Izzy, who will be running Burnt Creek, which is a Call of Cthulhu mini-series. Adam's in it.
Woo!
Adam's going to be on that thing. So please check that out when it goes live this week. And as for you podcast fans, we'll see you all again in 2 weeks. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Essentially corking the I don't know what they're called in volcanoes. I took theater in college, but you know, the hole, the big hole where the lava comes out of. Corking the hole. I told you I did theater.
Caldera.
I'm familiar.
It's a caldera.
Yep.
It's a caldera. Thank you, Juicy.
Science.
The name of today's one shot. Blasting off again, corking the hole.
Corking the hole.
Yeah.
Well, really
Sounds
what you
like
want
my
to do in
Friday
this instance... in this instance, you want to be uncorking the hole. So this giant... This is above table, but there's also like a class in this game called The Mouth, where you are a talking Genmon. So I think it's very funny you found this answer organically.
Yes. Yeah, we just decided you were really secretly the mouth.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, the other ashes can't talk. They just make that, like, sound over
It's
and
like
over
meow,
again.
yeah.
I'm the only one that can actually use speech.
Unsettling.
Yeah.